All right, all right. Welcome to another edition of BS3 Video. All right. So this week we actually have Mr. BS3 Ben himself is here. Mr. Courtney Harden, Real Deal, is here. How you gentlemen doing?
Doing good.
Doing really well, man. Can't complain, man. Doing good.
All right.
Love
so
doing
before
this.
we get rolling too far, Courtney, tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Twitter at Courtney110979. You can find the show on Twitter at Get the Real Deal. On Facebook, Instagram, all over social media.
All right. What about you, Ben?
Yeah, so BS3 Sports on all avenues of social media, and then at BS3 Radio, that's the main hub. That's where you get all the information, all the shows, everything dropping.
That's right. So got to remind everybody, go to BS3Radio.com to check out all of our shows, all right? A lot of great content there, always being updated, always being refreshed. So Ben, tell everybody real quick about how they can win free gift cards.
Definitely. So we're giving away a gift card every month. We already did the one for January. One of our listeners, A-Trap B, is the one who won a Subway gift card, so he can go and get himself a fresh and tasty sandwich and some chips, that'll hook him up. But all you have to do, if you have Apple, you go to iTunes, so go to BS3Radio.com, subscribe, leave a review, send it to me at BS3 Sports at Outlook or any avenue of social media. If you're an Android, go to YouTube. Shout out to the Lakers. Go to YouTube, and all you got to do, the same kind of thing, subscribe, screenshot it, make sure you click that bell so you can get all of our content that we're putting out, and you get entered in. We're giving away one every month. No lie, no joke. It'll help you get a sandwich, some fries, and a number 5. So there you go.
Right. And make sure you click that like button and that subscribe button down here, all right? So, of course, we're here to talk about yesterday's NBA All-Star game. New format. Each quarter, treat it like a separate game, playing for different charities. And then, of course, the final quarter has to end on a game-winning shot because you have to hit a certain number, a target number. So let me ask you guys, what was your impressions of yesterday's All-Star game?
I'll go ahead and go. I thought it was great. Now, it didn't really get good till probably the fourth quarter, towards the end of the third, going into the fourth. But you had LeBron complaining. You had people complaining on fouls. You had people getting in the ref's face. This is the most exciting I think it's been in a minute because it was more so going the Pro Bowl route where nobody really watches it, but it got entertaining. I like the format. I think it's great. I think it's good for basketball. I think it's good for the NBA. And you got to change. You can't keep doing the same thing.
What about you, Courtney?
I 100% agree, man. I loved it. I'm glad they changed the format. Now, 2 years ago, they changed the format with the captains, and they got to pick their team. So that was a change. And then last year it got stale again. I mean, it was like one of those things like, hey, we did the captain thing. Let's try this. So this new format, I loved it because, like Ben said, it was entertaining. It was like a playoff game. It was almost like you had the best players on the court. It was intensity. They were, like I said, they was fouling. They was complaining. You had Chris Paul and LeBron and Giannis. These guys
charges.
Taking charges. Kyle Lowry taking charges.
They're taking charges.
Yeah. So it was. I thought it was a lot of entertaining. And I think that if they continue to do this again, which I think they should, I don't think they should change the format, change it again. Now I think they need to do this. Now you got guys who are missing like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. You got these guys that are like, well, if these guys were out there, it would have been even more entertaining. But I loved it. I loved it, having the best players playing that hard in All-Star game. That's the last time I was excited like that was when Iverson and Marbury was going against Kobe in the All-Star game. I think it was 2003, if I'm not mistaken. But they was going back and forth, so it hasn't been this exciting since then. So yeah, it's good.
Do you feel like the NBA made a good choice in naming the NBA All-Star MVP after Kobe?
Absolutely. I agree too.
Go ahead. Good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree. I think that I think it was a great move. And the NBA, they do these things. They do a lot of good things when it comes to like All-Star, their awareness of things. They know how the baseball All-Star game is stale. They see how the Pro Bowl, as you said earlier, the Pro Bowl is really bad. And hockey, you can't really check anybody. So the NBA is always trying to make changes. They're always aware of different things. And using Kobe Bryant's name as the MVP award, I thought it was a really good move. And now players they'll play even harder now with this, with winning the MVP with Kobe Bryant's name. So that was a great move.
Yeah, I was glad to see they did it, and obviously it makes sense with Kobe having won the award, I think, more times than anybody else, or maybe tied for the most. But, I was kind of hoping that they would just change the logo. I mean, I know that's not something you do overnight, right, or this quickly.
Right.
Probably like something you'd announce like a year or two ahead of time because, there's a lot of merchandise that has to be updated. But I was kind of hoping that would be the route they would eventually go to. But I'm thinking, this All-Star game and the target score, right, based on his number.
Yeah.
But, it's a big Kobe impression over the entire thing. So let me ask you guys, what do you think moving forward? Did you see anything in the All-Star game that makes you think there's going to be some sort of player or group or team that you expect to be on the rise through this last, I guess, third or so of the season that's left?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the teams in particular that I would say is probably maybe possibly be on the rise. Toronto, Toronto without having Kawhi, a lot of people thought they're going to be trash. Obviously, they had Siakam and they had Kyle Lowry. You got to say Lowry like bad boys. You can't say it. Yeah. But that could be a team that may sneak some people because the East is not really that deep. Obviously, you got the Bucks and whatever other teams, don't really matter. But it don't matter till we get to the playoffs. But Toronto may have a shot to kind of get in there and make some noise.
Hey, heart of a champion, right? They, like I said, Milwaukee, of course, is tough. But other than that, I mean, Philly struggles on the road. So yeah, why not Toronto? I wouldn't be shocked to see them in the conference finals, and one injury or couple 3-pointers or something drop toward the end of a game like that can really change the whole complexion of a series. So, what about you, Courtney?
There's two teams I got my eye on that can make some noise in this third of the season. I do like Toronto, but I can't sleep on the Miami Heat. With Jimmy Butler over there, and then they just got Andre Iguodala. I think that was a huge move. I think if they would have got Gallinari, if they would have been able to get him, I think they actually could have came out of the East. I think they're still a piece away, but man, they're so gritty. And like I said, they got Iguodala, who's got the experience, won a Finals MVP, and then they got all those young guys. They got the 3-point shooters all around. They're gonna be tough. They're gonna be really tough. And I think in the West, Denver. People are sleeping on Denver right now. They got the second best record in the West. Maybe they're a player away. And they got the experience too. I mean, they played well during last year in the playoffs. 7 games. They took Portland to beat them in the second round. So can they hit enough shots to beat any of the the Clippers or the Lakers? Maybe they might be a player away too. But yeah, Denver and Miami. Those are the two teams I got my eyes on moving forward in the season.
All right, so let's start with you, Courtney. Why don't you tell us what you got going on your show this week and why people should tune in?
All right, this was The Real Deal with Courtney Harden. Airs on Saturday afternoons. I'm all over the place with the time. Sometimes 12:30, sometimes 1:30, but I air it on Saturdays. So it just all depends what's going on. Yeah. It's on, yeah. Sometimes it'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but yeah, it's on Saturdays. This week we got the big fight. Got Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder 2. So I'm going to have a couple of guests trying to lock that in for this week. We're going to do a big preview of that big fight this week, and probably talk a little NBA All-Star and second half of the NBA. So, again, check it out at Get the Real Deal on Twitter.
Yeah, Ben, I'm still waiting on my press passes and plane tickets.
Yes. Yes. How about that?
Hey, we can work on that. We can work on that. We may have to start off with Deontay Wilder's little brother. We might have to get that fight first, and then we can.
Is that in somebody's backyard, or where does that take place?
That's one of those. That's one of those backyard fights with
street fights. The street fights, right?
I gotta start out working the Kimbo Slice circuit.
Yeah, right. Kimbo Slice. Yes.
Exactly.
All right. So this week on Eagles versus Everybody, we're gonna have a special episode. This is episode 24 for us. So we're gonna talk about the most famous member of Eagles Nation, Kobe Bryant. So this will be our tribute show to Kobe, episode 24. Seemed like a fitting time, and especially coming off the All-Star break and right before his public memorial. So make sure you check that out. Like I said, check out BS3Radio.com to hear all this great content. So, Ben, what you got going on this week, man?
So tomorrow or Tuesday, we got the weekend wrap-up show. Got a special time. We'll be recapping all the stuff from the weekend, talking about the dunk contest and did Aaron Gordon get gypped again, which I think he did. But I think this is one of the best dunk contests that we've seen. Also, I'll have some featured interviews this week. I got a few people I'll be interviewing. And then we'll be doing a back-to-back Saturday. So Saturday I'll have a show. I'm working on getting some guests on there. Obviously, we got to talk about Wilder. And we'll be piggybacking off of Courtney's show. So we got great content coming. We got new hosts coming. So make sure BS3Radio.com.
All right. And apparently I'll be giving you play-by-play backyard fights. So, well.
Right, exactly. Kimbo Slice style.
Yes. Bare knuckles, right?
Now, Ben, I may need a little protection because, Wilder's from like Bama. And, I don't want to get deported or anything. So,
yeah, you got that light-skinned Puerto Rican look. So, yeah, you may.
Right.
You can go anywhere. You never know.
Yeah, if that works against you, people think you speak another language, At least that's been my experience. But anyway, we do appreciate everybody tuning in. Please make sure you go to bs3radio.com. Give us 5-star rating, okay? Leave some comments, and that really helps us out. But also, like I said, listen to the shows. Give some feedback. Tell us what you think. Hit us up on social media, all right? We appreciate everybody. Hey, you guys have a great week, and we'll be back hopefully next week. If I don't get knocked out of one of these, backyard fights up there.
Backyard balls.
Yeah, right.
What do you want to leave the people with, Ben?
Oh, man, just have a great week, man. Take every moment because you never know when it's your last. Love, hug, kiss your family. You never know when this is it, man. And subscribe right there. Bam, I'm doing it on Facebook.
You don't know when you're going to die, so subscribe right now.
Yeah, exactly. You never know, so you might as well do it now. Go ahead and click.
And then you forgot to say fly, Eagles fly, but it's okay. Courtney, what you want to close out with, brother?
All right, have everyone have a great week, man. Like I said, just continue support, bs3radio.com. We're getting stronger, better than ever, each and every day. Like you said, subscribe, man. There you go, subscribe. All of our shows, man, definitely. Again, thanks everyone for always tuning in, always supporting, man. It's been fun. It's always a fun ride. So,
all right, everybody, have a good one. Hey, we'll be back. All right, click subscribe.